A minute and 5 into that third quarter there, Toronto went on an 8-0 run. You sat your starters. What was the message there?
Not getting it done, not playing at the level that I wanted to see the game played at. You know, it's the same way we came out. It was before that. It was 3 minutes left to go, timeout. You know, we're right there knocking on the door with 10, you know, down 10, and we just came out of that timeout with no focus. I think they ended up hitting like 5 threes in 3 minutes. And you just cannot let this team get open looks. They are too good for that. So, you know, they understood. I think every guy that was out there owned it, that we caved into it, and, you know, we'll bounce back.
You know, you've made the decision with your young players not to send guys like Kevin Knox and Trier down to the G League. When you have a game like this where things get out of hand and you give those guys a lot of minutes in those moments, what does that do for those young players?
Just every situation right now, I cannot waste a minute where I let them pout or wallow or anything. I got to teach. I got to keep them playing. I got to keep putting them out there, you know, and then just keep throwing them through it. And they got to make those mistakes.
36 assists for Toronto tonight. I mean, that's such a big number. When you go through film with your young guys after a game like this, can you point to some of the things that they're doing right as a learning tool?
Yeah, how they move the ball, how they execute their stuff with force, with purpose. They really don't. They don't exhaust stuff. They just get off the ball when a guy's open, and that's the sign of a really good basketball team, a good veteran team. You know, and Toronto's going to be in that mix at the end. You know, they got all the ingredients to go after this thing, and we took one on the chin tonight.
As good as Toronto is it disappointing after you were talking about what yesterday's win could mean to see them come out?
Yeah, I just thought, you know, I really felt like, you know, all the way up until that 3-minute mark in the second, we was really playing hard and moving the ball and competing. And for whatever reason, when we came out of that timeout, they just punched us, and we just could not recover from that. You know, and not to excuse our guys, but they've had a brutal schedule the last, you know, 2 weeks or so. We went 4 out, came back home and played 1, went right back out and played 3, came home and played 1, and then we're right back on the back-to-back. So like I told them, I said, welcome to the league. The schedule is brutal, and you have to understand how to prepare yourself for every one of these type of situations, because it's different. You know, how you prepare on a back-to-back is different than how you prepare on a normal game. And so it's a lesson for all of these guys that they have to understand what their routine is going to be.
Do you like the upcoming 6-game homestand then? I mean, just that.
Well, it'd be good for us to just kind of, you know, settle into home and play some games without having to jump on a flight and go here, go there. So, no, I do. And we have a lot of practice time in between those games, so it gives us an opportunity to get better.
So Frank needs a 5-on-5 contact scrimmage.
I know when I go back in there when he's going to be available to do contact, but it's coming soon for sure.
Right, but
yeah,
it couldn't be Wednesday as a game. He has to have a real practice.
Yeah.